basically. So not a content creator, give me some grace there. So we got our 6 pounds of beef, got our breadcrumbs, onions, all ingredients that just walked through. We're basically just gonna throw this whole thing in there and mix everything up all together. I'm gonna save a little bit of beef here for some chili later, but I typically use the whole thing, and that's totally fine. This makes about 7 to 9 very large burgers that most people would not eat in one sitting, but we're trying to get gains out here, so I'm gonna save this and set it aside. All right, so our beef is done, and we're gonna throw our onions in. I should have put the gloves on a little later, should have done the beef last, but we're gonna get through it, it's all right. I'll put on another pair of gloves so I can touch all these. So the ingredients I put in are kind of random. I just like the taste of a lot of these things, so I'll put in a little bit of mustard. I don't really measure out everything. Probably can measure. We're gonna use Japanese soy sauce or Japanese barbecue, which has quite a bit of soy sauce. That's the first ingredient. So you don't really need to use soy sauce if you're gonna use something like this. Put a decent amount in there, and then I put it on top of the burger later too, which you might see in the video. So I'm not gonna put soy sauce. It is an important ingredient. It's in this already. It's the top ingredient. Then we have garlic salt. Garlic salt's a must. I like putting fresh garlic in this actually too, but it takes a little bit more work. You have to have fresh garlic, which I do not. So a little bit of garlic salt in there. Remember, this is for like 8 meals, so you can put a decent amount of all these ingredients. Orange juice, uncommon ingredient probably, but it's a mother passed down recipe. So a little bit of orange juice in there, maybe a half cup, something close to that. A little bit of Creole seasoning, a little spice, why not? A little extra salt. Beef is kind of salty as it is, so you don't really need that much salt. And then here's the minced garlic as well, so I put a bunch of that in. Again, you can use fresh garlic if you like. And then we do the eggs. So you use that for consistency, keep those burgers together. And this is heavy, it's a lot of food, so it's gonna be quite a project to eat all this, but you'd be surprised it goes down quickly, and I'll show you how to make it a meal in just a bit. So I'm gonna mix this up, and I'll see you soon. All right, so we got all our beef mixed up. There we have it. Now it's time to make patties. So to seal the patties, I use this vacuum sealer. Definitely not necessary. You can just use a saran wrap down on the counter. You pat your burger down, and then you're good to go with that. So I use this because I happened to buy it 2 years ago, maybe 4 or 5 years ago actually, and I hardly ever use it, but now that I eat these, I use it quite a bit. So I'm gonna time lapse this next piece, and you'll see what I do. This part takes about 10-15 minutes. Definitely makes it easier with a partner if you can convince someone to help you out, but just get it done. We are all packaged. We have one normal guy here, normal size burger perhaps, coming in at 9 ounces, but most of these are coming in right around a pound, which is what we're looking for. Just enormous meals. Oof, 20 ounces. That one's gonna be hefty. Let's see. Oh wow, yeah, these are big boys. I got 17, so a little bit of variability here. That's totally fine. And 16. All right, so now these go in the freezer. You do notice they're really flat. Since I'm freezing them, it makes it a little easier to barbecue. So when they're flatter, it defrosts a lot faster. So off these go into the freezer. There you have your burger frozen. Spray a little oil on it. And I did preheat the barbecue, so out we go. All right, nice and hot. Come back in 7 minutes. In about 7 minutes, we're gonna go ahead and flip this guy. I like to throw on a little more of this stuff and a pepper jack cheese. Break up pepper jack cheese, and then we just cook until it gets to about 140, 160 internal temperature. I do recommend one of these to make sure that you don't under or overcook it. So after you wait a little bit of time, stick that in. We're at 108 right now, so 113. Quite a bit of time to wait. It's probably going to be about 3 minutes more. While that barbecue is grilling, our burger's grilling, we're going to put about a cup and a half of rice here. You don't really need to measure it. You just want a flat layer about as big as the patty. And I just used the recooked rice. I did wash my hands. And we're just gonna microwave this along with the Costco beans. I use half a can per serving of this. So I just toss it on. Doesn't look good yet, don't worry. We're gonna get there. So pretty thin layer, spread it out. That looks pretty good. I think I might add a little bit of green chili here too. So not necessary, but might be a little good to throw a little of that on there. A little bit of flavor. A little bit of spice. All right, so about 2 minutes before the burger is ready to come off, we're gonna heat this up for 1 minute and 30 seconds. Got those heated up. Temperature should be right now. Yeah, we got 136, which is good for beef. Ground beef you want to be closer to 160, but I risk it. Trichinosis, hopefully not. All right, and we're just gonna toss that right on there. Turn your burners off, and we take it inside. So there's your meal. You got this meal 6 days in a row, so hunker down because these are really big meals to eat. Really delicious. Add some salsa, any type of sauce you might think is good with it. And I recommend eating for lunch because trying to go to bed with this in your tummy does not feel good. Happy gains!